So let me start by sharing this. Actually, this is a video from Mr. Pepe Escobar statement just before Kazan summit. So this is something. Let me share this. Share screen, mein window, QuickTime player. I don't know if this is going to come. Let me just check if this is coming. If ideally people should be able to listen to it. But anyways, I don't mind clipping it later on. Let me just see if this... it's not live. Not sure.
Now making a strategy.
Yep, it's not live. It is not coming here. So let me share this video. This was on September 20, 2020. Okay, now...
An inside view in Istanbul, if Erdogan is really now making a strategic long-term move with enormous repercussions, first of all, he will be accepted at BRICS. There's no question about that. Number one.
Okay. He himself is claiming he would be accepted at BRICS. After the summit, did he come back and say, okay, fine, yeah, I made this wrong assumption. Turkey did not get in. Did he come back and say that? No. And this gentleman, Mr. Nima, he is apparently a Brazilian. At least that is what this channel says. So let me just confirm that he is from Brazil. This tab instead. So he is saying he is from Brazil. Okay, this gentleman, Mr. Dialogue Works. So what he is saying is, let's assume that Turkey enters BRICS formally, which it did not. You should come back and apologize saying this was a mistake. Next year, strong possibility will be that the US and the NATO's reaction, you cannot be a member of both. He's saying you cannot be a member of both. Okay. And the question, because the war, okay, one of the parameters of this war is that there's a Western war against BRICS, I believe. This is a...
Number two. Let's assume that Turkey enter BRICS formally next year. Strong possibility.
Strong possibility it did not happen. You should come back and say that, apologize, I made this was a mistake, I was hoping it. And you should also disclose your conflict of interest, that they invited you, they hosted you, they fed you, they wined you, dined you. These are all conflict of interest which you are supposed to say. You cannot say that I am a freelance journalist and just end it that way. Pass off your own... See, across the global south, there are stray dogs. If you feed a stray dog, that stray dog will wag its tail towards you. You are that stray dog from global south. If anybody wines you, feeds you, wines you and dines you, you will start wagging your dog. China will do... If China is feeding you, they will say China is very wonderful. Russia is feeding you, will say Russia is wonderful. Turkey is feeding you, will say Erdogan is very wonderful. So you are a bloody stray dog. You are not any expert or geopolitical expert or BRICS analyst. Let's be very clear. Now, you can wag your tail to whomever you want to, but this... No Indian, your statements against India is clear that no Indian is feeding you. So you are continuing your bullshit. Okay, please continue.
What will be the US and NATO's reaction? You cannot be a member of both.
Yes. Now let me tell you this, boss. This statement that you made last year, this year, India is going to attend the G7 summit tomorrow. Prime Minister Modi is going to attend the G7 summit tomorrow. And after a month, he is going to attend the BRICS summit a month after that in Brazil. So you are talking about NATO and BRICS. India is right now attending both G7 and the BRICS. Your binary mind cannot understand it, boss. You are just an old Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg in an old man suit. Let's accept it.
It's out of the question because the war, one of the parameters of this war is that this is a Western war against BRICS.
Western war against BRICS. India is right at the center managing both of it. This is a foreign policy you can't comprehend. Okay.
Forget that the three top so-called existential threats to the United States.
Your mind is fixated on United States because that is how you've made your life in a dollarized world.
According to the Americans, are Russia, China, and Iran, which we can say nowadays over and over again. These are the three.
When you're talking about Russia, China, and Iran, just watch how things unfold right now. Okay, because when you're talking about Russia, China, and Iran, what is happening in Iran? Let's see what Russia does. Forget about the statements. Let's see how many people actually put their feet on ground. Do you think Russia is going to send soldiers to support Iran? Do you think Russia is going to send ammunition and support and money to Iran? Do you think China is going to send its soldiers to Iran? No, they are not going to do it.
Three crucial BRICS, even more than India. And
even more than India. And this gentleman, Mr. Nima, who is sitting along with him, who is from Brazil, he should
see how India is going to behave next month.
How India is going to behave. Now listen to this. Boss, you are a brown piece of shit. Don't pretend to be a white racist. I repeat, you are a brown piece of shit, not a white racist. You might have been invited to Western American YouTube channels to continue your garbage because it might attract their views. Most of them are retired people in their 60s and 70s. You are also in that category. They might have invited you to those channels to continue this garbage. But remember, at the end of the day, you are not a white racist. You are a brown piece of shit.
Kazan, because India wants to be on the forefront of BRICS, which they are not.
When you say India is on the forefront of BRICS, there is nothing called as forefront of BRICS. Everybody has got the same rights. There is no difference. There is literally no difference. Nobody has got any special power. Nobody something extra. Let's be very clear on that. If you're talking about BRICS, but again, your binary mind can't understand this.
Itself, a leader of the global south.
Again, the leader of the global south. When you're talking about global south as well, everybody is an equal. There is no leader and there is no follower. Everybody has got an equal voice. This is something which is something you can't understand. How can everybody be the same? Somebody has to be above, somebody has to be below. This is your binary thinking, boss. And interestingly, this gentleman, Mr. Nima, who is sitting, I'm a podcaster. Well, boss, if you're a podcaster, if you're saying dialogue works, at least you should know what you're talking about. You're a Brazilian sitting in Brazil. Don't you have any idea of who sent coronavirus and who sent vaccines? You should have rebutted him. What you are doing is everybody is sitting, everybody is saying the same thing. And you said, okay, fine. Now I'm getting ad revenue. I'm getting a lot of weightage. And this has got 72,000 in the last 1 year, 72,500 views, 72,600 views. So you might have made $70 from this video, and this is in the first 10 minutes.
So if you are a leader of the global south and you are within BRICS, you have to be on top. And
we don't have to be on top. BRICS is about equality, which is something what you don't understand, boss.
For the moment, they're not. They are a side actor.
When you say side actor, you are a Brazilian journalist. What would you say? What is Brazil? You said the top three: Russia, India, and Iran. What is Brazil? If you're saying India is a side actor, what would you say Brazil? You are supposed to be a Brazilian journalist, right? And Russia and China, you have put it more than your own nationality. See, the thing about BRICS is everybody in the BRICS is a nationalist. You are a globalist. You have forgotten that you are a Brazilian. So right now, Russia and China are feeding you. They are entertaining you. They are feeding you. So for you, they have become more important than your own nationality. So this is your reality, boss.
At best. So this means they have to make up their mind on what they're going to do with the Quad.
What they do with Quad, we will do what? Who the hell are you? Just because China gave you a couple of biscuits or throwaway biscuits, you are going to dictate what the foreign policy of 1.4 billion people has to be. You are apparently visiting a lot of American YouTube channels. Looks like their racism is rubbing off on you. You are literally beginning to think that you are a white supremacist. Sorry, boss, those European settlers are. You are not. You are a brown piece of shit. You are not a white racist.
If they're going to become an active member of Quad, or basically tell the Americans, okay, we're part of it, but not doing.
Again, we will tell it. You have got no authority to talk about and what we should be doing. You can say whatever you want to, but disclose the fact that who is feeding you on that day.
Anything in practical terms. And of course, if they are willing to finally solve the remaining problems they have with China.
Willing to, again, This is what I said. These are Chinese. China is feeding him. So, who are you to say? China has got their own problems, boss. You know what? They've got people like you, all old people. They don't know what to do. They don't have young people anymore. Okay. They have got their own set of problems. And let me be very clear, boss. As far as India and China is concerned, these people, 1.4 billion people in China, everybody says the same thing. 1.4 billion people in India, we have our different opinions, we can express our different opinions. Now you made this statement. Actually, I got to know about this from Dr. Ankit Shah's statement. Okay. And I said, why is he tagging Mr. Pepe Escobar? And he's somebody that I've already hidden because I don't want to see his face. And then I realized that he is passing a comment on Narendra Modi ji. She had received a phone call from Netanyahu of Israeli, briefed me on the wall. I shared, and this response, what a lowly coward. Imbecile enough not to understand. Now, look at the goals of this Brazilian. 1 month before the BRICS summit in Brazil, he is taking a dig at the leader of another country, which is also a member of BRICS. Now, this seems like actually an intentional attempt to sabotage BRICS. Doesn't it seem so? He's just riling up people from one BRICS country against the other. And if you listen to this speech that he made, he was talking garbage about India. That too for somebody for Turkey, on behalf of Turkey, on behalf of America, who are not BRICS members. So where was your ethical standards, boss? Like I said, all these racist American opinions are rubbing off on you. Please remember that you are a brown piece of shit. You are not a white racist. No matter how much you try to be. You might get some ad revenues, you might get some networking today, but that will end at the end of this year.